Welcome everyone to Super Bowl in Canton for the exciting semifinal rounds of the Bowling Showcase Challenge Super Bowl region. I'm your host, Mark Martin, and I want to thank you for joining me for this very exciting series of matches. So here we are, the semifinals of the Super Bowl region. If you remember from our previous episodes, this year's Bowling Showcase Challenge is divided into two regions, the Mary Bowl region and the Super Bowl region. Earlier this year, the Mary Bowl Steel Curtain team fought their way through the competition to earn the right to represent the Mary Bowl region, and they are eagerly awaiting their final opponent to emerge from these matches. So who will their opponent be? The Super Bowl region started with 8 teams, and after 4 weeks of head-to-head single-game Baker elimination matches, 4 teams remain to continue their quest to be crowned the 2020 Bowling Showcase Challenge champions. So that brings us up to date, the semifinal rounds of the Super Bowl region. Let's look at today's matchup.
This week's regional semifinal match features Super Bowl, facing off against Ansara Shank. Super Bowl got here by beating Perfect Game in the first round. Their opponent today is Ansara Shank, who punched their ticket to the semifinals by beating Astro, setting up our match today. Both these teams are one step away from the regional title match and getting the chance to compete for the championship.
Joining me for all the action on the lanes is Women's Series standout, former Team Canada member, and recently elected Michigan State USBC Hall of Famer, Robin Orlikowski. So let's take a quick little break. Join me back at laneside for the start of this exciting match next on Bowling Showcase. The Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth bowlers in Michigan. The Youth Championship starts in March at Alert Lanes in Essexville and Monitor Lanes in Bay City. The Masters and Senior Masters occur in March at Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park. The Queens, the Pepsi, and Senior events will finish the season. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC.
Hello, my name is Doug Saweski, General Manager at Super Bowl Lanes. On behalf of the staff, we'd like to welcome everybody to the Bowling Showcase Super Bowl Regional. We hope everyone has a great time. Let's throw it over to Mark and Robin.
Here we are in the semifinal round of the Super Bowl region. Robin Orlikowski, it's been a great run so far.
Yeah, it's been so much fun.
And we still got a few weeks to go. What do we expect here? We have this home team Super Bowl against Ansara Shank. The home team Super Bowl kind of won in that first match. You know, they beat Perfect Game 195-180. And Ansara Shank beat over Astro 214-189. So should be a good one, right?
I'm expecting big things out of this match. I think it's going to be really interesting. They both bowled really well in the first set here, and I'm thinking they're going to bring it to each other.
Virgil Chandler leading off for Super Bowl on lane 56 here at Super Bowl Lanes in Canton. Comes up high.
Oh.
Leaves the 6-10.
Oh. I think his approach there was a little fast.
Yeah, got to get the 6-pin spotted there. So.
Commercial break?
Yeah, it's a commercial. Yeah, it's not a commercial break. It's just a little bit. I think Doug Saweski, the general manager here at Super Bowl, sitting in the audience, got on his headset right away, back to the mechanic. So I think we just have a short break in the action here. But, you know, the Super Bowl team, you know, they're pretty good. So tell me a little bit about Virgil Chandler. You talked to him. So
I talked to him right before this match here, and it was really interesting. I just asked him, like, hey, what's your high game? What's your high series? He's got 2300s, 868 high series. And then I just asked him a little bit more, like, you know, what tournament do you want to win, or tell me a little bit more about you. And he said that he owns a pro shop in Arizona, and it was just like, what, Arizona? Like, we're in Michigan, does it
Yeah.
make sense? And he's like, yeah, I come here to bowl. And I was like, oh, pardon me? Like, you come here to bowl? He said that he flies in every week
Really?
for the past 13 years to bowl league.
That's
He's
dedication.
He's originally from here. I said, are you like a millionaire or something? Like, how can you afford that? But, I mean, that is dedication.
That's dedication.
His teammates were laughing there, saying, they're not here to see us. He's not here to see us. He's here to bowl.
That's right. So Lauren Roberts now up on the right-hand lane for the Ansara Shank team. Lauren is a Detroit Bowling Hall of Famer. High average of 233, high series of 815.
Great shot.
Nice
Great
strike
shot.
there. Absolutely.
I enjoy bowling against Lauren every time I have the opportunity during the women's series, or even like Detroit Queens. Lots of tournaments.
Teresa Marshall now up for the Super Bowl team. Teresa is a board member of the Arbor Valley USBC and also was inducted into their Hall of Fame recently. Up on the left-hand lane, high average 207.
She's a really lovely lady. Good shot.
Nice strike.
Yeah.
Rachel Lawrence up for the Ansara Shank team.
She's a volunteer at the Westland Youth Athletic Association, and she's been coaching for the past 7 years and is also the baseball director of the program.
Very nice. Solid 10 pin.
Got a very soft approach there, just down and in, very simple game.
That pesky 10 pin.
Yeah, this we've seen it through this series here, lane 57. This 10 pin doesn't like to fall too often.
Somebody should check for nails in the bottom of it.
Or some gum. Rachel's done really well through this series here, picking up her spare. In the first set there, she picked up the 4-5. It's pretty impressive.
That was.
So 10 pin was pretty easy for her.
Reggie Green up on the left-hand lane for Super Bowl. He's only been bowling about 10 years.
I asked him a tournament title that he'd like to add to his resume, and he said he'd really love to win a national title.
Nice ball by Reggie.
That was loud. That was good.
So Deborah Dickerson up on the right-hand lane, Detroit Bowling Hall of Famer. A longtime member of the board of directors of the Metro Detroit USBC and the Detroit Women's Bowling Association previously, prior to the merger.
She has a high series of 832, and she's the only female with an 800 at Southfield Bowl.
That was an iconic place. Ooh, slid right past. He's a washout, the 1-2-4-10.
Wasn't the best delivery that she's thrown yet, so but this is still somewhat makeable. So
It is.
she's going to take her strike ball and hit the left side of the head pin and fly the pin into the 10. Sometimes the pin will hit the wall and then take the 10 pin out. Just depends on how heavy you are on the head pin here.
2 pin.
Fortunately, she doesn't convert it this time.
James Thomas up for Super Bowl. Retired from Ford. Been bowling for 50 years. His nickname, he goes by the nickname of Big T.
Big Thomas, here we go. If I remember correctly, he lofts it out in the lane there, helping store some energy for the back end. Get that 10 pin out.
3 strikes in a row now for Super Bowl. Jumping out to a big lead over Ansara Shank.
Carolyn Williams now up for the Ansara Shank team on the right-hand lane. Little Star. With
She
that
said
high average of 202.
she followed in her footsteps of her big sister, who they called Big Star. That's cute.
It is.
Something fun about her, she was a DJ for more than 25 years. That's fun.
You bet.
Come on.
9.
All right.
Here's a 7-pin.
She
Kind of
said,
slid a pin over there, but just didn't quite get it.
yeah, it was a little soft into the pocket there. Just wasn't as like solid into the pocket to carry it all. Sometimes you get them to mix around and carry, and sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
I was
right?
thinking the exact same thing. Oh, okay.
Good cover by Carolyn there.
She's stuck at the line there, but she still got it.
Pat Good now up on the left-hand lane for Super Bowl. Super Bowl working on three consecutive strikes. Interesting facts about him, he loves to drink and bowl. That's my kind of guy.
I said to him, I like that too. He goes, we have a lot in common then.
And a big strike for Pat.
He's a really positive person. He said he's living his best life, and he just likes to have a good time. You can tell.
You bet. Debbie Morrell now up on the right-hand lane for the Ansara Shank team. Kind of dug themselves a little bit of a hole. Strike here going to the break would be good for them.
Yeah, they could use that. This season, she started bowling the women's series put on by the MDUSBC. So it's nice to see her getting out and testing her skills there. Come on.
Oh, wiggling 4.
Not a bad shot there. Tendency for a right-hander, leaving a 4-pin means you're just a little bit high in the pocket. So an adjustment that you could make on the next shot, granted in this situation they're changing lanes, but you could maybe move like a 1 and 0, so you move your feet one board left and keep your eyes the same.
Okay. So we've reached the halfway point of this first semifinal match between Super Bowl and Ansara Shank. Super Bowl's forged out to a big lead with working on 4 strikes in a row, and Ansara Shank just kind of hanging around.
Yep, and Ansara Shank needs to just step it up just a little bit, try to get a couple strikes in there. Super Bowl's putting the pressure on early, and but changing lanes, you never know what can happen.
That's right. So we'll be back after these messages with the second half of the first semifinal match in the Super Bowl region Bowling Showcase Challenge.
Won a lot of professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
The hug pickup, the home run swing, the drum major high step, the genuine joy, the unforgettable party, the food, the friends, the original social network. No matter who you are, it's always a great time. Grab your family, find a friend, and go bowling.
Okay, here we are, the second half of the match, the first semifinal round of the Super Bowl region. Ansara Shank now moves to the left-hand lane. They'll be leading off the second half against Super Bowl. Super Bowl's forged out to a big lead with 4 strikes in a row. And Ansara Shank needs a strike right here.
Yeah, they need to step it up, put a little pressure on, keep themselves in this game. Otherwise, it's sayonara.
Yep. Well, Lauren Roberts started the game off with a strike. Here's the time for her to do it again.
Yeah, she needs to get her team fired up here.
You bet.
She's a great bowler. She also has a very simple game, just basically down and in. This condition right here really plays to her advantage.
Lauren's a mother of 2, James, who's 15, and a daughter, Madison, who's 5 years old.
When I saw her and talked to her about, you know, her accomplishments and everything, oh,
That pesky 10 pin.
week 10 there. And she said, her daughter Madison is 5 years old now. And I'm like, 5 already? Like, I remember when you were a pregnant bull in the women's series. Time just completely flies by.
Yes, it does.
So she's taking her strike ball and she's going to pick up that spare without any problems.
Covers it easily. Easy peasy.
I asked Virgil what tournament title that has escaped your career right now, and he said he really would like to win the Hamtramck singles. I said, what about the Hall of Fame? He's like, I'm not in there yet. And I liked how he said yet.
Yes, that's right.
So
he leaves the 4 pin on a light hit.
yeah, he's got really fast speed there. Just didn't really see that ball like turn the corner there at the break point, leaving just the 4 pin. Luckily, he got the 2 and the 5 out there too, as well. All right,
And he covers it up.
no problem.
A Super Bowl with a 47 pin lead here in the 7th frame of the first semifinal round match in the Super Bowl region. Rachel Lawrence now up for the Ansara Shank team on the left-hand lane. High average of 213.
She says practice hard, and I said it was practice hard. It's like in everything in life, and she's like in bowling. So she wants to really practice hard to improve her game. And
she throws a strike.
yeah, great shot. Now I have not seen her bowl in the women's series. We need to get her out.
We do. We do. Teresa Marshall now up for the Super Bowl team back in the 2nd frame. She threw a strike, and she's looking to get her team back on track. Again, they have a 47 pin lead.
She had a high game of a 299. Nice. Getting that 7-8 out late. And she's a 299 and a 787 series.
Teams are definitely having fun. Definitely having fun. All right, here comes Deborah Dickerson, Queen Bee. High average of 217, and she's a retired auto technician.
She really wants to earn the Detroit City Queens title. That's what she's looking for. Come on. All right, just
and a
enough.
double for Ansara Shank.
Nice.
Reggie Green now up for Super Bowl.
Reggie's married to Laura and has 2 kids, Reginald Green Jr. and Tiara Smith. I asked him if they were bowlers, and he said no, but he's trying to get them into bowling, but I don't think that they really are interested at this point. But with strikes like that, how can he not convince them?
Well, maybe seeing their dad on television might help too.
Pump them up.
Carolyn Williams up in the foundation 9th frame. Both teams working on doubles. Super Bowl with a 47 pin lead. Ansara Shank cannot let up on the pedal at this point.
No, we need her to help her team out here, foundation frame, to set them up, to really put the pressure on. Oh, wow.
Good shot, too.
Yeah, she's shaking that one off. She's like, God, she felt that one to the core.
Yeah, pesky 10 pin. Carolyn started at the age of 10 Bowls at Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, high series of 761 and 2 300 games.
Come on. Oh, darn it.
Dropped right off. Little jive talking going on around here.
I like it.
Absolutely. James Thomas, Big T. Max score for Ansara Shank, 189. Super Bowl is going at a 230 pace.
Uh-oh. All right.
5-pin. Let's see who's got, oh yeah, we got a bunch of fingers up in the crowd now. I like it.
Even the people in the back are all raising their. What's
Even the foul judge, George Brzezinski, president of the association, has his finger up.
So for those at home that don't know, when you leave the 5-pin, you put your index finger up. If they miss the 5-pin, then they're supposed to buy everybody around. Yeah, that's how I feel. Everybody owes him to drink.
Debbie Morrell now up in the 10th frame for Ansara Shank, even though the match is over. Debbie would love to punctuate the day
I
with
think
3
so.
strikes.
Yeah, you always want to be doing your best and throwing your best shots. There we
There's
go.
one. There's one. Everybody's having a good time today.
Yeah,
A lot of energy between these two teams.
yeah, that's what I like to see. Something fun about Debbie is that she bowled a 300 on her dad's birthday, so that's pretty
Very
special.
nice. You bet. A little high, left the 610. Got a little nosy on that one.
Yeah, just the Ansara, the Shank team, they just don't seem as comfortable as they did the first time that they bowled.
Right back in the first round, yeah, I agree.
All right.
And she covers it up for 179 is the final score for the Ansara Shank team. Super Bowl's got 198 in the 8th, strike up in the 9th, a max score of 248, going on a 238 pace.
Pat, it's all good is up to bowl.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure he's saying it's all good right now. It's kind of nice sometimes when you're the anchor bowler and all the pressure is off of you. You really don't have to do anything but just throw the ball and,
Have fun.
yeah, keep it on the lane. But even if you went gutter, it'd be fine.
And they are having fun.
Yeah, they are. It's
Both
great.
teams are.
Pat really would love to win the Senior Masters and even at the National Senior Masters. So he's working his way towards that.
High average of 230 for Patrick Good. Aiming at this 10 pin to finish out the match.
Oh,
Kind of misses on it. Teams are going to congratulate each other. Great match, and Ansara Shank just never got on track.
no, they just really didn't look comfortable this set. It's unfortunate, you know, because they bowled so well the first time, and I know that Lauren had said something about that they want to be the all-girls team to
Yep.
get in there, but
Well, it didn't help when Super Bowl ran off them 4 strikes.
yeah,
Second, third, fourth, and fifth frames.
right.
And they weren't quite comfortable. It was just like going to be a tough, they were going uphill.
Yeah, it was.
So we'll be back right after these messages. We'll talk to Teresa Marshall the spokesperson for the Super Bowl team, right after these messages on Bowling Showcase.
Metro Detroit USBC, your source for everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world. We support USBC certified league and tournament competition. We provide 11 tournaments for all members of our association, including men, women, youth, seniors, scratch, and handicap competition. The top reasons for belonging to the Metro Detroit USBC are having your average recognized, bonding of league funds, rules of the game, assistance in resolving league issues, equipment standards of the game, charities, and awards. Visit us at mdusbc.com.
Okay, we're back with the winning team. You've punched your ticket now to the finals, the home team Super Bowl. Teresa Marshall, you guys ran off 4 strikes there in the 2nd through the 5th frame and just kind of ran away, didn't you?
Yeah, we did what we could. We had a long time to sit and talk about what we needed to do to set ourselves up to be in this position.
Well, you bowled great. Now you're the first team in the finals. Just wonderful.
We're going to do what we can do and try to finish it out for Super Bowl lanes.
All right. Good luck in the finals.
Thank you.
Okay, so Super Bowl now is in the finals.
Yes.
Got one more team. Next week, we're going to have 5-star bowl against the Mary Bowl away team to see which one of them are going to move on to bowl against Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, all of these are fun.
I know. It's going to be really exciting next week. Next week, the 2nd semifinal match. We're wending our way towards the end of the season. Congratulations to the Super Bowl team. We'll see you next week on Bowling Showcase.